Everyone says make a budget, and everyone says use a spreadsheet. But do spreadsheets make your eyes glaze over like day-old donuts and your finances feel like a puzzle that the dog has chewed up? Got something for you. Today I'm showing a no spreadsheet way of getting hold of your finances. Starting right now, we're going to talk about a mindset shift that will change your financial life. And you'll get control of your money so it doesn't run off like a toddler. Hi, I'm Ann, and welcome to Mommy Money Management. I have been writing about personal finance for over 10 years, and I want to share what I've learned with you to make you better, not broker. Budgets. Let's talk. Budgets are blah, but they're not a punishment. They're a permission slip from your future self. They're kind of like meal plans for your money, only this time you're going to follow it. Think of money as a toddler. Without supervision, they're going to wander right off and get into trouble. Budget gives them marching orders. You go pay the rent. You go sit in savings. Hey, you, stay away from Amazon. Now, you've all seen spreadsheets, and they're pastel coded. They look like financial paintings of Monet, but are you actually going to use it? I write about this stuff, and I'm kind of like, remember the story of the cobbler who the village had shoes, but his children went barefoot? Well, I kind of went barefoot. I didn't use spreadsheets. I didn't use budgets. And you know the result was? I chased my tail every month. 1 month I'd skip the electric bill and pay the cable bill. And then the next month I'd have to pay the electric bill and skip the cable bill. Do you do that? A budget will stop you from doing that. So let's skip the spreadsheet guilt and keep it simple. Grab a notebook, use the notes on your cell phone, grab the back of a coloring book, anything where you can write down 3 buckets. So you're gonna need 3 pages plus an income page. So 4 pieces of paper. And you're gonna label each page. 1, musts. 2nd page, it's gonna be labeled should. And finally, you're gonna label a page with coulds. Musts, should. Okay, let's break this down. The musts are everything you absolutely must pay monthly. And that is your rent or mortgage, your cable bill, your electric bill, unless you want to live in a cabin like a Hallmark movie, and any other types of bills that you know you're going to have monthly. Those are your musts. What are your shoulds? Well, the shoulds are where you put your grown-up pants on and pay your credit cards and your car insurance, and hopefully have something left over to put in a savings account. And finally, the coulds. That's basically your fun money. That's your run and get a cup of coffee, or go to the movies, or takeout. They also could be subscription services like your Netflix. Now, I've got another video coming out in a couple of days on how to figure out what your coulds are so that you can accurately put them in your sheet. But for the moment, let's just ballpark it. What extras do you spend every month? Break it down weekly if you have to, but every month, what are those extras? Now, when you're looking at your expenses, a good rule of thumb is your musts should be about 50% of your expenses. You should run about 30% of your expenses. And your coulds should be about 20% of your expenses. If they're not, there's a little wiggle room, but if they're not, you need to take a hard look and see where you can adjust. Now, the income page. Where's your money coming from? And this means everything. This means your paycheck. This means your alimony, your child support, your check from Aunt Virginia for your birthday. It could mean the $20 in your coat pocket. That's all income. Do you have a side gig? That's income. Do you have any investments? That's income. Anything that puts money in your pocket needs to be written down on this sheet. You now have the foundation for your budget. Now, Are you ready for the big mindset shift? Here we go. Do you ever get to the end of the month and you're like 3 days from income, paycheck, whatever, and you're eating hot dogs every night? Where'd your money go? With this method, you don't have to worry about where the money went because you're gonna have the money. You're going to tell your money where to go. And I mean, you're gonna tell them like you're telling your kid not to eat dessert. You're in control and you're going to dictate where each dollar goes every month. Got a shoe problem? Me too. Plan your shoe budget. If you can't resist, and you'll probably buy a new pair of shoes that month, work it into your budget. It comes under your coulds. Work it in. It becomes a line item in your budget. That way, you don't have to feel guilty about buying the shoes because you had already planned for it. So we're gonna break this down even further. Let's say your income this month is $3,000 and your expenses total $2,800. Now you're gonna take that $3,000, that's your pie, and you're gonna slice it up accordingly. Remember, 50% of that is probably gonna go to your musts. So that would be $1,400. Your shoulds, that's 30%, remember? That's gonna come to $840. And finally, your coulds, that rings in at $560. And boom, you have your budget. And guess what? You have $200 left over to play with. You could apply it to a should and maybe an extra credit card payment. Or you could put it in your savings. Give your kids a treat. Give yourself a treat. That's your $200. You can do anything you want. And you know you have that $200 because you made it a point to map out your month. Bingo. Now let's say your income isn't $3,000. It's $2,600. And your expenses are $2,800. You're short $200. What do? You still have income that you have as a pie that you slice up. So you dictate how much money goes to the shoulds and the coulds. And most likely it's gonna come out of your coulds. Maybe you aren't able to put money in your savings account that month. Or maybe you have to boycott takeout and coffee out every day. You have control because you know ahead of time you're $200 short. You have control of where you find that $200 so you're not at the end of the month going, where'd the money go? So remember, if you find yourself short, it's bye-bye takeout, hello pasta night, before you run out of money. The beauty is you're telling your money where to go. There are no surprises. You have control. You're assigning every dollar like a budget boss lady. The final truth though is budgeting may not be that easy for you. You're gonna mess up, that's okay, but budgeting isn't perfect. It's about trust. Trust in yourself. You trust yourself to raise beautiful human beings. Trust yourself to handle your finances. So ditch the spreadsheet. Grab a notebook and pen or your cell phone and a cookie, you deserve it, and take the first step toward financial peace with no formulas, no tabs, and no shame. You got this, mama. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in a couple days.